All right, so we're diving deep today into plant care
Plant care, yeah.
with all this research that you've given us.
So much.
And, I always like to start by looking at, you know, what's in it for us? Like, why should we even bother with this? And I found something really interesting.
Okay.
It says here that plants can actually purify the air.
Yeah.
Is that like a real
That
thing?
is absolutely a real thing.
Yeah.
Plants are amazing little air filters. You've got plants like snake plants and spider plants. They
Oh,
can actually remove toxins from the air.
wow.
So, yeah, it's not just about looking pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
They're actually working to make your home healthier.
So it's not just aesthetics,
Uh,
it's like health benefits too.
it is.
And I also read that caring for plants can actually like reduce stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of research that shows that interacting with plants can have a calming effect.
Hmm.
It can lower your blood pressure. It can help you feel more relaxed. And
I can see that.
some studies have even shown that, hospital patients with plants in their room,
Oh,
they actually recover faster.
that's incredible.
So you're not just bringing a little bit of nature indoors.
Yeah,
You're also potentially boosting your well-being.
that's amazing. So
Yeah,
plants are good for our bodies, good for our minds.
totally.
How do we choose the right plant though? Like,
That's the big question, right?
yeah, because I'm looking at all this and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. There's
Right.
so many choices.
Yeah. Well, the first thing you want to think about is your space and your lifestyle.
Okay.
So how much light does your home get? Do you
Right.
have sunny windowsills or do you live in, a dimly lit apartment?
That is a good question
Yeah.
because I do tend to like gravitate towards those low light plants.
Yeah. And those are great.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a ton of natural light,
Right.
you've got your snake plants, your ZZ plants.
Mm.
Those are like your set it and forget it kind of plants.
Perfect for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you do have a lot of sunlight, you have more options.
Okay. So then you can get a little more adventurous.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's say I love the look of fiddly figs.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
They're very dramatic. Are those like high maintenance?
They can be a bit more demanding.
Okay.
They love bright, indirect light, so a spot near a sunny window would be ideal.
Okay.
But you don't want to put them in direct sunlight because that can actually scorch their leaves.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Now, what about succulents?
Succulents.
All those succulents.
Yeah.
Are those pretty low maintenance?
They are known for their resilience.
Okay.
They've adapted to store water in their leaves and stems. So they're pretty drought tolerant,
Okay.
but they do need a good amount of light.
Okay.
So a sunny spot is key for those guys as well.
All right. All right. So we're choosing the right plants for the right light. But I'm still scared of killing them.
I know.
It's a common fear.
Yeah, and I've heard overwatering is like the #1 killer.
Oh, it definitely is.
Really?
Especially for new plant parents. It's so easy to do.
Okay. Yeah.
You just want to give your plants love.
Right.
But sometimes too much love can be a bad thing.
So how can I tell if I'm overwatering?
Okay, so look for the signs.
Okay.
Yellowing leaves,
Okay.
mushy stems,
Uh-huh.
and if you get like a funky smell from the soil, that's another red flag.
Okay.
And then also if you see water pooling at the bottom of the pot,
Mm.
that means the soil is just too saturated.
Too much water.
Way too much water.
Got it. So let the soil dry out between waterings.
Exactly.
Check for the warning signs.
Yep.
But now I'm scared of the opposite.
Oh, underwatering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that just as bad?
It can be equally detrimental.
Really?
Yeah, you'll start to see wilting leaves. The soil will be really dry and crumbling.
Oh.
And you might even get those crispy brown edges on the leaves.
Hmm.
So you want to find that sweet spot
Right.
where the soil is moist but not soggy.
It's all about balance.
Balance, exactly.
Not too much, not
Yeah.
too little, but how do I know when to water and like how much is enough?
Well, this is where getting to know your plants comes in.
Okay.
Because some plants, like your tropicals,
Yeah.
they like to stay consistently moist,
Okay.
whereas other plants, like succulents, they prefer drier conditions.
Okay. Yeah.
So it really depends on the individual plant.
Right. Right. It's like you can't just have one rule for all your plants.
Exactly. Each plant's got its own personality.
So you got to get to know them.
Yeah.
Like they're your little plant babies or something.
That's a good way to put it.
All right. Well, speaking of giving them what they need,
Yes.
let's talk about pots.
Okay.
I've always wondered why drainage holes are so important.
Oh, they're crucial.
Like, can't a plant just grow in any old container?
Well, technically they could survive for a bit,
Okay.
but those drainage holes are really there for the plant's long-term health.
Okay. Yeah.
because without them, the excess water can't escape.
Right.
And it creates this soggy environment where, bacteria can start to grow.
Like it's drowning.
Yeah, think of it like if you were sitting in a bathtub with no drain.
Oh, that's a horrible thought.
Yeah, not pleasant.
No.
So those little holes,
Yeah.
they're like escape routes for the water.
Right, right.
They allow the roots to breathe,
Oh, okay.
and they make sure that the soil doesn't get waterlogged.
So it's like air circulation for the roots?
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about soil?
Soil.
Is all soil created equal?
That is a great question, and the answer is no.
No.
Not all soils are suitable for every plant.
Okay, so this is getting complicated.
Oh, good.
Because I am at the, garden center.
Yeah.
Looking at all these bags of soil.
I know, with so many choices.
I don't even know where to begin.
Well, just like with pots,
Yeah.
it really comes down to understanding your plant's specific needs.
Okay.
So, for example, succulents and cacti.
Uh-huh.
They love a well-draining soil mix.
Okay.
But your tropical plants, they prefer a soil that holds a bit more moisture.
So it's like matching the soil
Yes.
to their personality.
Exactly. You're getting it.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like I can speak plant.
You're well on your way.
Okay, so we've talked about light, water, pots, and soil.
The essentials.
Yeah.
The foundation.
Out for some common mistakes.
Oh, there are definitely some common pitfalls.
Oh, we should avoid.
Yes, that we can help you avoid.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Okay, so one common mistake is repotting too often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always wanting to give my plants a bigger pot.
I know it's tempting to give them more space,
Right.
but, moving them too frequently can actually stress the roots
Oh, okay.
and disrupt their growth.
So how do you know when it's actually time to repot?
You have to look for the signs.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see roots circling the bottom of the pot.
Like they're running out of room.
Exactly. They're like, get me out of here.
Okay.
Or if you notice that the plant's growth has slowed down,
Mm-hmm.
or if the soil is drying out really quickly,
Okay.
those are all indications that it might be time for a bigger pot.
So, they're telling you
They are.
they need more space.
Yeah.
All right. What about fertilizing?
Fertilized.
Do plants need, extra nutrients?
They do, just like we need vitamins and minerals.
Right.
Plants need nutrients to thrive.
Okay.
Now, potting soil does provide some nutrients initially.
Okay.
Those get depleted over time.
Right.
So fertilizer helps to replenish those essential nutrients,
Okay.
which promotes healthy growth.
It's like a vitamin boost for your plants?
It is.
But how do I know which fertilizer to use and, how often?
Well, choosing the right fertilizer depends on the type of plant you have.
Okay.
A balanced fertilizer
Okay.
works well for most houseplants. But if you have plants with colorful foliage,
Yeah.
they might benefit from a fertilizer that's higher in nitrogen.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. And as for frequency,
Yeah.
most plants appreciate regular fertilizing during their active growing season,
When's that?
typically spring and summer.
Okay.
So you can give them a little break during the fall and winter when
Right.
things slow down.
Like they're hibernating.
Kinda, yeah.
All right. Now for the scary part.
Oh, what's that?
Pests.
Oh, pests.
I have heard horror stories about spider mites
Yeah.
and fungus gnats.
Those are definitely common culprits.
Yeah.
But, often pests are a sign of an imbalance in the plant's environment.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, fungus gnats.
Yeah.
They're attracted to damp soil.
Oh, so overwatering again?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you're seeing those little gnats flying around,
Uh-huh.
it might be a sign that you're overwatering.
Got it.
Now, spider mites, on the other hand,
Yeah.
they thrive in dry conditions.
Oh.
So if you start to see those tiny webs on your plants,
Yeah.
that could mean that the air is too dry.
Okay, I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed.
I know, it's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
But really, it all comes down to observation and awareness. The more you pay attention to your plants,
Yeah.
the better you'll understand their needs.
So it's about building that relationship,
It is.
like getting to know them
Yeah.
and knowing what they're trying to tell you.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not just about following a set of rules.
No.
It's about having that partnership with your plants.
It's a green partnership.
a green partnership. I love
And that
these-
partnership can be really rewarding.
Yeah.
You get to surround yourself with beautiful greenery.
Right.
You get to nurture something and watch it thrive.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
I'm definitely starting to see that.
Good.
So before we move on to any other cool plant tricks,
Yes.
let's just recap what we've talked about so far. So we've talked about the benefits of having plants,
Yes.
how to choose the right plant for
Right.
your space and lifestyle.
Exactly.
You've talked about light, water,
Yep.
pots,
Soil.
soil, and some mistakes to avoid.
The essentials.
I feel like I'm well on my way to becoming a plant parent.
You are.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm ready for those advanced techniques.
Advanced techniques.
Let's
Okay.
talk about propagation.
Propagation, yes.
I'm fascinated by the idea of making new plants from my existing plants.
It's like plant magic.
Yeah, it really is.
You're basically cloning your plants.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So how do we do it?
Well, there are a few different methods,
Okay.
but one of the easiest is stem cuttings.
Stem cuttings, okay.
Yes, so you basically take a healthy stem from your plant,
Mm-hmm.
remove the lower leaves,
Okay.
and you can either put the cut end in water
Okay.
or directly into moist soil.
And then it just grows roots.
Yep. Over time, roots will develop, and you'll have a brand new plant.
So I can have like a whole army of pothos.
You can have a pothos jungle.
What other plants can I do this with?
Oh, lots of plants.
Yeah.
Pothos, snake plants,
Yeah.
even some herbs like mint and basil.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can propagate those as well.
Now, succulents.
Succulents, yeah.
I've heard you can propagate those from leaves.
You heard correctly.
Oh, really?
Succulents are amazing. You can actually just take a healthy leaf,
Okay.
let the cut end callus over for a day or two,
Okay.
and then just place it on top of some well-draining soil.
Wow.
And eventually, you'll get roots and a new baby. Succulent.
I love succulents.
That's so easy to propagate.
This is incredible.
It is pretty amazing.
You know, I've got to say, like, learning all this about plants,
Mhm.
it's not just about, like, the technical stuff. It's
Okay.
like there's this emotional connection, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I feel better when I'm around my plants.
Yeah.
And when I'm taking care of them.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Really?
Yeah. You know, there's something very therapeutic about caring for plants.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a connection to nature
It is.
that we're kind of missing in our modern lives.
I can see that.
And it's a way to nurture something.
It's very rewarding
It is.
when you see them thriving.
It is. So it's not just about, making your home look pretty.
Yeah.
It's about, that sense of accomplishment
Yeah.
and that connection to nature.
It's like they're giving back to us, too.
Exactly.
They're cleaning the air. They're making us feel calmer.
They're reducing our stress.
Yeah.
They're boosting our mood.
So I guess the takeaway here is that plant care,
Yes.
it's a journey.
It is journey.
It's about learning. It's about experimenting,
And it's about connecting.
connecting with nature.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for taking us on this journey.
It's been my pleasure.
I feel like I've learned so much, and I'm ready to go out there and create my own little plant paradise.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Happy growing.